Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. No concrete today. We're almost on winter shutdown. We have one driveway ready to go. We're going to pour that in about 2 or 3 days. They're calling for 50 degrees. We're going to go ahead and wait for that. Right now it's about 25. The next 2 nights they're calling for teens, like 16 and then 18. And it's warming up for about 10 days above freezing. So we're going to target that time and get our last concrete project poured. Let me show you what we're doing for winter shutdown here. I think you'll like it. So I was just goofing around a little while ago riding my Hubco e-bike, just cruising around on that. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Got the machine all warmed up. Let me just run through a couple of things here. I cut this maple the other day. Look at the grain there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm cutting this at 1.5 inch slabs, and we'll get those stocked over there, get them drying, and see what we want to do with that. But logs have been showing up, and I haven't cut in probably 2 months, 2 or 3 months. Just super busy with concrete work. So here we have all these logs to cut this winter. Remember when I was going to pile it all underneath there? Well, that's not working. I have some going over here. That's not working. So this is where we have our little bit of form level lumber stocked, and that's fine. We really keep most of it on the trucks, and then a little bit of oddball stuff, our 1x10 plastic, 2x10s, 2x6s. We don't use them every day, so I keep those over here. So this is where I keep my trailers, my 226. This hasn't left the yard in about 5 years. I just keep this machine for me here. Occasionally we'll hook a hammer to it. And some miscellaneous up here in the weeds. Oh, I didn't even know this was here. Okay, so we're clearing all this area out, 40 by 40, and we're gonna put a canopy up over here. So we'll get this cleared out. I need to level it, and then we're gonna get concrete blocks wrapping 3 sides of this. Now we'll be able to get our dump trucks in here, the excavator, the skid loaders, maybe even a work truck or 2 we'll be able to place underneath here and keep it out of the snow, out of the rain, out of the ice. I'm just moving. So all this has to go. And then you see these cherry trees. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut these. I'll go ahead and move my cover trailer. By the way, that hasn't moved in about 10 years. So I could just slide it back a little bit. Or if somebody wants to buy it, make me an offer. I'll get a little bit better video of that. It's a nice trailer. It's been hidden in the weeds now for quite some time. We'll check it out. If it's any good, maybe I'll mention it. I don't know how that floor is in there, if it's all rotted out or not. It might be okay. Like I said, make me an offer. Chances are you're going home with it. These are 2 other machines. Just clearing this all out, getting ready. Okay, I'm about out of time for today. So this will be about the front corner of the building. It's right in line with the sawmill, so I could just carry the lumber right inside here if I use this for lumber storage. Now the thing that does concern me is we're getting close to this hillside with this other corner. We're about 12 feet back from the edge, and we're just doing a little bit of fill as the years go on. So we'll go ahead and add to that. I feel like I'm standing at the low right here. From where I'm standing to the high corner, there's about 15 inches difference. So I'm gonna cut this down just a little bit, but I'm gonna call for a load of stone tomorrow, and we'll tamp all this in. I do need to take down these 3 big trees and a couple little ones right here. They're just a little bit too close. So tomorrow these go, finish the grading, We should be ready for the building by the weekend. All right, we'll see if all that works. Morning, everybody. Steve beat me to the garage. It's about 7 a.m. It is a cold morning. I just checked the weather. It's about 22 degrees out. Let me show you what we got going on here. Steve's new truck showed up the other day, so he sprayed bed liner in it all the way across the top of the toolboxes. Now we have to fit the roof racks on it, and I think he's getting tools ready for it now. Let's head inside. So the roof racks that go on it, we just have to make them a foot longer. So I have an idea how we'll do that. Getting all cleaned up. Got done with my new old power buggy, new engine. There's the old one. So they don't make these anymore, the Subaru engines. So if you have a power buggy and you need a new engine, even if you just need parts for it, they're really hard to get. Probably can't get a good, this is a Yamaha, and it bolted right in. Everything was exactly the same. I was hoping to show you the name on the engine. It's a Yamaha. So I'm just putting the panels on it. Then Steve overtook the garage. There we go. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to get the truck ready for action.
They call that foreshadowing.
All right.
Steve overtook the garage. What's next?
Oh. Yeah, what's next? How about some cleanup? I know. Everything wrapped up and finished up on this. Last thing, I put my panels back on. So I probably could have videoed putting this engine in. It was kind of neat the way it just came together real good. But you know the drill. We were winding down our concrete part of this and just needed to get it done. So every time I take these off, I just put a little dab of anti-seize on the threads. That way when we're out on the job site, a wrench, you can have these off in seconds. So they always come off real quick. It only takes a second to do. Just put a little dab on them. Really saves those threads. Because these sit out in the rain, snow. They're only inside to get worked on or carrying concrete inside. You can see how easy each one gets started. Put them all in loosely. And then tighten. Okay, and that is it. Panels back on. Sounds exactly like the other ones. So while I had it in here, I just greased everything. Now what I do each year, I pull these in and I grease the undercarriage, grease all the pivot points, change the fluids. I'll go over that in more detail in the winter time. Right now, this one's leaving. I just finished up going all underneath this with some undercoating. I like to spray under here and get all of these. It comes like a little bit undercoated, but there's missed spots everywhere for whatever reason. I'm sure it's price. So I just coat everything underneath there. Everything that's white, everything that's bare metal is now undercoated. Under the toolboxes included. I do the bottom sides, all these. Hate to even take it outside. All right, let's get all this out of here and I'll get started on the roof racks. Pull this out. Two things. I want to let that undercoating harden up a little bit. I want to get mud flaps on here. If we don't do this now, it'll never get done. So I want to do mud flaps on these fronts. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the video yet. I'm not thrilled about how far back this mud flap is. They probably stuck it back here just because it was easy. They bolted it right into the cabinet. I think I'd rather have a mud flap up here, keeping the bottom of this toolbox cleaner, and all the lighting, electrical wires, everything back there is just going to get splattered up from this dolly. So Steve's down at the parts store looking for mud flaps to mount in here and get that closer up to the tire. So we're going to look at these two things. And while he's doing that, come on down back with me. Bundle up, it's cold out. So I'm not off to a very good start. And I don't have to show this, but it's all about sharing the good with the bad. I'm willing to show you all the great footage of us pouring concrete. But man, when I screw up, do I really want to post this? Yeah, I guess so. So I was halfway through cutting this tree and it was almost ready to fall. And I look up and I see my tamper sitting here. And I'm like, oh, I should go move that. But the tree was 3/4 of the way cut through. And I didn't want to risk running over, grabbing this, and then have the tree come down on me, right? I should have looked at the area, knowing the tree was coming this way. I wasn't even thinking here or 10 feet over. I figured I was open. If it hit the logs, no big deal. And I look up and I see my tamper sitting here. And by then it was too late. I'm like, well, I got to drop it, hopefully it'll hit right here. But, oh man, dead center on top of it. That's about a $1,500 tamper destroyed. Destroyed? Maybe just the gas tank. Carburetor's still good. That back carburetor is gone right here. Cut into logs. Don't hit my windshield. I can't handle one more screw up today. Welcome back. Okay, camera is plugged in. Let's go. So we got 5 or 6 logs we cut down over here. Cherry, maple, and oak. Front corner, we need to get this down about 3 inches. Let's see if I can't carve this out. Some pretty hard material here. Weight in the bucket. Here is the front corner of the building. Need to build this up. If I only had a tamper. Right there, about inch and a half.
About inch and a half?
Got to come up. Down a bump. Yep. I mean, really close for dirt.
This is the only other spot. It's so close. I
And here in the middle. Yeah, it's real close.
Right there.
Okay. So this still needs build up. All right, let's lay out the 40 by 40 and we'll start bringing in our 2A. Our corner where I want the building to start. And whenever it comes time, we'll pull a tape measure and be a little bit more exact. .38, 39, 40. Right here, right in line with that. Front of building right there. And that looks pretty square. And again, we'll pull numbers off of that. That way everything's sort of stacked, lined up evenly. If you're driving over on a plane, you want it to look nice, right? And might be a little short here. Yeah, we're gonna be out here. Yikes. Might have to pull it that way some. 40 feet. And that might be in my way. And this is in my way. That we're right there. Yeah. And right about here. This is corner. Let's see where 40 is that way. Whew, it is not warming up. There. Yeah. So I'm shy on this corner. I think we need to pull it this way a couple of feet. Get away from that stump. I could cut the top of that stump off.
Can you dig about wooden logs or something?
I could move it 2 feet over, no problem.
Yeah, that's pretty loose. When you do the gravel, do you want to set this at any height? Or?
I think we need it over here. We'll go back. And back right about here. Pull this all this way. That'll get me away from all that. Off of that hillside a little bit. Okay, let's go. So I'm gonna leave it for today. This is my corner. I dug it a little bit deep. This is 20 feet off of my sawmill pad, which is square off of the big building. So now everything is lined up nice and square with each other. This corner and that corner. I could turn it a little bit. It is a dome-shaped building. I don't think it would look bad, but I just wanted to lay it out square, and it is working. So here's my front corner. I gained a little bit of room. Now I'm only center of the sawmill, so when we cut boards, if we want to store in here, I wanted to be able to just easily carry them into the front of that. So 40 feet over, I was able to get it away from this hillside. Here is the outside of the corner. Right down. And I have to put about 2 inches of fill on this. And I have 2A modified for that. So everything's in within 2 inches. Here is my outside corner right on top of this stump. So I'm going to grind this stump down a little bit, and we should be fine there for this type of building. So that's it for today. My fingers are cold. I'm going to go in and get some hot chocolate.